Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're back with the Centaur out of the Monster Manual. A large monstrous humanoid with the torso of a man and the body of a horse. Blah 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 blah. So I have laid out here some stuff we could use potentially to make the Centaur. He's got a lumpy dumpy spot there. So I think one of these ones that are a little bit larger than size average might be a better choice. Looks like, didn't I have a guy with a spear laid out? Maybe. I don't know. I had a lady laid out, but I broke her while I was messing with her. This guy with a different weapon could be good. This is like a crappy one that I got from something. That horse actually might be worth using. We can cut that ugly top off. Let's see. Something like that. Looks like an orc head, though. I don't know if I'd really like that on there. I kind of want this guy, because it looks like he's going to ride by and whack your head off. Or maybe I want that. Is that Drax? Yeah. An archer wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, this is a little big, a little bulky and big. A little fancy. I think this guy with a better weapon could be good. Alright, let's slide all this other stuff out of our way for a minute. Turn the glue on. Should have done that earlier. So I don't like his weapon for sure. But I think we can definitely get something we like going with him. Yeah, I think we can do something with him. If I can just kind of get an idea of how tall he'd be. The horse body's a little donkey, a little dorky. Let's see if we could do it with that one. Because I kind of like that horse body for him. That horse's legs are too short. His are too long. He's got too much going on there. This one's a little too thick. It's a beefy horse. Might not be terrible. How hard is it to find the right proportion of the horse you want to rip apart, huh? Alright. This one's a little thick, but I think this might be the way to go. So let's start, let's get a base. See if it fits on there. Yeah, it fits. spent 5 minutes trying to figure out how we were going to make the damn thing. Not how to make it, but what parts we're going to use. I don't know if there's really any way to make this besides one way. I'm going to cut a couple grooves in here, just to make sure the glue doesn't pop out or anything. All right. We're just using extra toothpicks I had as cut-offs to smooth this around. I had extra pieces left over from different projects and stuff. Get some little smaller rocks and stuff. The horse body. Let's see where we're going to snip that off at. We're going to have to do some kind of work with that for sure, either way. This has a lot of seams on it. Oh well. Alright. So we need to kind of smooth it up. Let's get this weapon cut off because we're going to have to use something different than that. I just don't like that. This is not exactly what I had thought it was going to be like in my head, but it could be worse. I'm just trying to use the heat of the glue gun to kind of melt that plastic where I don't like the shape of it. And any spots where I didn't deal with the mold lines very well, I'm just trying to melt that and straighten that a little bit too. That's probably putting off some fumes that are not ideal. Well, I really don't care. Okay, something like that. So we're going to need some glue to get his feet into place. And then we're going to need a couple little rocks, or his base is going to be boring. Let's find a really tiny one in here. Kind of use one of those too, just to make it a little more interesting. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. That's just something I decided I wanted to do. Okay, so we're just going to get a little glue. And let's sort out how we're going to fix that weapon. I think that really, like, a pole arm would be ideal for somebody like this, because it's got to be hard to maneuver your arms and stuff when you're mounted in such a way. So let's look what parts I have that we could make up something like a pole arm out of. Well, what's that? Something like that, maybe. Alright, so since we did not pre-drill his hand, we're going to cut it flush. Alright, so let's put our rocks away. Let's focus up on our weapon. This was supposed to be a one-parter because I didn't think it was going to be that hard, but honestly, as I'm looking at it now, I'm probably going to do this in 2 parts. Okay. A little piece of plastic and some glue. Alright, so Something like that. And we want to get glue on his hand and mount that to that spot. Oops. Oh, hell. Of course. Alright, this isn't going well at all. Alright, so there's an alternate plan for that kind of behavior. All we need is a hand from something else. And we can cut that hand off and make what we want and then come back to that. So let me grab my hero clicks and find something that I will never use the hand from, and we'll just make the hand and glue the whole hand in place instead of trying all this silly crap. So we need kind of a fat hand of somebody that I would never use. A lot of thin hands here. Alright, Silver Samurai, your hand has become the voluntary piece we needed. We're not going to need any drilling with this guy. His hand's kind of open. It's got a weird little piece here that I think the sword connected to or something. Okay. We're going to break that off. We're going to snip that flush. I'm going to start again. Okay. Okay. Oops. Of course I dropped that right on there, didn't I? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's going to work nice for what we want. We need something on as an end piece down there, so let's just steal his little piece he had. All right, let's let that sit for a minute. And let's take this hand off. Let's get some juice on there. Get some juice on there. Usually that bonds pretty good. And almost immediately as well. That'll work. All right, so because of that, the delicate portion of that being what it is, we're going to have to get some glue and run down the length of that. Okay. And you can kind of leave that sit. You do want to get a piece of cardstock though. Kind of wipe off any of the excess that's pulling up. Probably would have been smart to put a little bit running down his arm too. Just to make sure that hand stays where we want it to. Okay. Alright. So we just took this HeroClick dude and we put him on this plastic horse body from Dollar Tree or wherever it was from. We threw it on a poker chip and we took some miscellaneous weapon parts and a toothpick and we made him a spear or a glaive or whatever. Let's set that off to the side. And this has been Doom from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. I'm one half of the Dungeon Swag team if you're not familiar with us. We're a out of your garage miniature company. We have really high quality resin. We use 3D prints. The resin is flexible and strong. The quality of our art is phenomenal. The artist we use, Sven, is just one of the most talented human beings on earth. He's got an amazing aesthetic he uses. So we have a monthly miniature box we do, which is kind of like a loot crate that has 6 to 8 high quality minis in it. And then we also have some one-offs that we sell. If you'd like to try us out or check us out or see what our stuff's like, if you have questions, you can go on our Discord. There's a link in the description and get a code and get a free miniature from us. We believe in our stuff. and we know you're going to like it. So that's shipping. That's a miniature. Costs you $0. Comes in the mail to your house. All you need is a little super glue and some paint, and you're on your way to starting a collection. If you also look in the description, there's a link to a discount code, which just got renewed, I believe, to get 25% off of your first month of our subscription service. So if you're interested in something like that, I implore you, please check it out. Also, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if there's somebody you really think needs to know how to make this Centaur, please share it to them so they can make this Centaur, because we don't want anybody that to not have this Centaur that's supposed to have it. Anybody wants to know how to make a Centaur, we want them to have the ability to do that. So I'm going to just do some little glue touch-ups here on his feet and stuff to make sure he sticks to the base well. And then I'm going to take him and I'm going to dry him, and I'm going to clear coat, or not clear coat, base coat him, and we're going to come back and paint him and see what we can come up with for a paint job. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 2 in a little bit here.